Let's take you back to one of our leading stories this Wednesday, the murder of Warrick Stock, popularly known as DJ Warras. Let's take you live now to our reporter Zola Sholwana. Zola, you're outside his primary school with an old friend.
Well, yes, indeed, Michelle. In fact, when you mention his name in his community, there are so many things that people are saying about him, how he loved everybody regardless of their race and background. And even when he had made it in life, he would come back to his community and, of course, to inspire the younger generation. So where we are right now is where he spent most of his years in primary school at a Catholic school here in Vryheid. In fact, the friend is going to be telling us about their fond memories that they shared in this particular institution. Thank you very much for your time, sir. I can't imagine what you are feeling at this particular moment, understanding that right behind you is where you spent a number of years with a very good friend of yours.
Yeah, so we've known Warrick our whole lives. Basically, we were in school together here at Nodini Convent. Things that boys do, running, playing tag, soccer. Warrick loved cars, he loved speed, and just those fond memories coming through, all the times that we spent. Myself, I haven't been back to the school for many, many years, so coming back here just for myself brings back all those memories, but we did everything together here. Yeah.
What kind of a person was he growing up?
Warrick was a very funny guy, a very likable guy. He got on with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So in the school that we were in here at Nodini, everybody was friends with everybody. It's a small town, small community. And Warrick was almost like a bridge who would bring people together. Mm-hmm. So that's what I remember fondly of him, yeah.
So people like myself know him as an entertainer and as a DJ. Yeah. Were you able to spot that in him growing up as a friend?
I think Warrick's always been a very good storyteller, so he could convey a story across very, very well. He would keep us entertained. So I just remember when we got a bit older, he would come to Vryheid from Joburg and he would be able to have the whole room laughing and he would captivate your attention. So he never said then that that was the career path he was going to choose, because he went to study a BCom. But as there were signs that were there. Obviously, you don't know where life's going to take you when you're growing up, when you're younger. But you could see that he had that ability to get people's attention and to make them laugh. And so he had those characteristics about him that I'm sure is what made him so successful later on in life, in his career, yeah.
Just take us through your last moments with him. What were you guys talking about and what was it like?
So the last interactions that I've been having with Warrick have been business related. In fact, he's calling me all the time, always looking for an opportunity and asking me if I had contacts in and around this area that could help him, because he had some business ideas that he was looking at getting into. His sister Nicole also came through to Vryheid to come and help him with that side of things. So that's where we've been, the last couple of times that we spoke. But the last time I was with him, when we were all together with Arnold and our other friends, Warrick just made us laugh. He was just a crazy guy. He would walk into like a convenience shop and start playing Maskandi music, and everybody there would love him. You'd find those guys, the night watchman used to know Warrick from his days on late night radio. So everywhere you went with Warrick, I remember going to the Oriental Plaza, we were fitting suits on there. He's talking Afrikaans, he's talking English. Next thing it's Sotho that's coming out of his mouth. I was just amazed by how he just managed to get on with everybody. It was just crazy. But there was never a dull moment with Warrick. If you were with Warrick, even when he was being serious, it would just be laughs from morning to night, basically. Yeah. So that's how I remember him. Yeah.
So what are you going to miss about him now that he's no more?
I think that Warrick has done a lot for our town. Put Vryheid on the map, and having someone like him who comes from these humble beginnings, putting himself out there on that platform, I think that's big. I mean, that doesn't happen to people from the small town. So I'm just going to miss the bubbly person that he was, and he left us with a lot of lessons. I think when I hear him speaking about his kids and about life. He was driven. You know, he was a driven guy, and he was a family guy. He loved his kids. In fact, he loved his friends as well. So he's just a guy that shared so much love with everybody, and I think that's what I'm definitely going to remember from Warrick. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rene, for your time. That is a very close friend to Warrick, telling us about the kind of person, you know, that he was from a tender age. In fact, we just saw one of his former teachers, but unfortunately she's not comfortable to speak to us. And she says, you know, hearing about his death was quite a shock for the entire community, especially at the school, as he had spent a number of years here. We continue getting voices from people that, you know, got to know him, those that were inspired by him, and of course those that were touched by the kind of person that he was for the 40 years that he spent in this life. Back to you in studio.
Zola Sholwana is live to us there in KwaZulu-Natal in Vryheid.